Hello, and welcome back to Meet Someone Who. Super duper uber special guest today, my best friend, Emma. She was our very first guest on our very first episode, Meet Someone Who's Terminally Ill. That episode, we discussed her recent diagnosis, finding out she has Huntington's disease. What that's like. Check out that episode if you haven't before you listen to this one, or don't. Who gives a shit? But E's here. We're talking about
still
how
terminally ill.
and I was gonna talk to you about the name of this episode. I was like, is this insensitive? But like, I remembered who you are. Terminally chill.
I absolutely love it.
I was like, meet someone who's terminally chill. I think that's a
Chill and ill. I don't know.
with a little square, like separate the ill, like
Yeah,
with the parentheses. Okay, I can do that. I can do that. I was gonna ask, when that episode. One, super grateful that you were willing to do that.
Obviously,
like
I've been waiting
that
for
episode,
this.
I think Kickstart made me want to do more episodes because I was like, if this flops or fails, I don't want.
Don't you own the rights to it, like the NFT or
Oh, I
something?
made an NFT of it.
Yeah.
When NFTs are a thing. Yeah. So if I ever, it can be sold, I guess. Maybe I can sell it to myself for
Please
$300K.
Email me.
Just please. That's so funny. I need to find that. I don't even know if the NFT
know.
site debunked,
Yeah.
delisted.
Actually lost money.
Yeah. So you listened to the episode. Was there anything you forgot about?
I wanted to listen to it, but when we first recorded it, I listened to it and I remember thinking I was really proud of myself. Like, I was just so excited to talk about it with you and
Not like a doctor.
No,
setting.
yeah. And more of just, I was just excited to get it out there. But damn, I wish I could just that was such a bad part of my life.
Because you
know?
had just found out.
Yeah,
right?
I didn't think I was that depressed, but then listening to it, Jesus Christ. I just want to give that girl a hug because, oh my God. So I just felt bad. I'm like, man, I'm sorry to everybody listening to this because I was just so depressing. But, I was thinking the first thing I'm going to tell everybody is I did my husband dirty. I want to give a huge shout out to my husband. I was just, maybe he'll leave me. I couldn't get rid of that man even if I wanted to. And
We love Tyler.
Yeah, who knows if there's a God, but there's got to be a God to bring that man into my life. So I feel so bad because I was just like, yeah, I don't know. We'll see if he dips. But now I'm like, I would die without him. That's what's really killing me is not having that, not having him. So that was what I was listening to.
Couple points.
I was like,
Couple
that
points off the
number
bat.
one.
Yeah.
The love of my life. I'm so sorry. God bless you.
It's been 5 years.
Yeah, I think so. Because that was 2021. The pandemic was such a hard time for me. Like, looking back on it, it was a nightmare. Like,
Because you had everybody had a lot of stuff going on, but you had a lot of fucking stuff
and
going
working
on.
in the public eye was so brutal. And
Essential.
it was, I just feel looking back at it, I'm like, oh my God, that really must have messed with all of our heads. It was so difficult. It just felt like we were just, I don't even imagine how the nurses and all of them did it because it was just so difficult to be there all the time. We just haven't, I feel like we still haven't stopped since then. And
We just haven't had a minute to unpack.
Yeah. That was
Instead, we're making movies that are set in 2019 to
right.
avoid the whole damn
We're
issue.
the new indie games are the 90s insteed of the 80s.
Right.
And we're just totally avoiding it. Yeah. So
I guess you've known your well, let's refresh. Let's refresh the audience. You came on here my first episode. You at the time had recently taken a test to find out if you had Huntington's disease, like some people in your family have had. You were battling with wanting to know. I feel like you did go back and forth. Do you want the test or do you not?
I think ultimately, I've always still been on that side of I definitely wanted to know. And I know sometimes listening back to the episode, I know I was, some days I'm just sad. I'm glad I figured it out. Yeah, just to know what the future held. And, I have this idea that, I don't know, maybe it might be a fool's errand, but I'm gonna will myself into not I'm going to fortify my mind so much that it doesn't hit me as bad. Also, shout out to my therapist, Stacy.
Big shouts out to Stacy.
Not be here without you. And I tell her that all the time. I'm like, I'm going to will myself into I feel like the more I think it's true with anything, the more you hide something and the more you skirt away from it and just totally deny it, the worse it is. And the more it
the
just
bigger it gets.
Yeah, the bigger it gets, the more it just eats away at everything in your life. And so I'm trying to accept it in the sense of like, okay, this is going to come. This is going to be something that happens. And I'm just going to have to remember that. And I'm trying to, like I said, I'm just going to try to will myself into keeping a grasp on my reality, and who knows, I don't know.
I gotta tell you right now, I'm floored.
And like I said, we had talked about this, it's just I feel so bad for that. I mean, things are still hard, don't get me wrong, they're really hard and they have been hard, but I think things definitely, it got better, it got different. I don't know how to explain it to people.
I just feel it's such a like movie scene kind of thing where it's okay, this is life changing information, but it's also something that was gonna happen regardless of whether or not you figured it out or not.
For sure.
So are you gonna go your whole time pretending you didn't know or you did? What do you do now? I can't even place myself into that.
I feel like it's so detrimental to be like, oh, well, I don't know, so we're just gonna live like we don't have it. It just seems like you're just denying something that's gonna happen. And the more you try to hide from it, the more you try to deny it, it just gets worse. And I feel like the more you just accept something, when you really say it out loud, it just kind of takes away the scary part about it.
Yeah.
And when you give something a name, it makes it much more easier to face.
This is huge growth for you.
And I don't know if you just,
actually like I'm almost speechless.
Yeah.
And for the listeners that don't know, me and E were suicidal best friends before it was cool and mainstream. Like, in 2016, we got here.
Yeah.
And we made it.
Yeah. I tell everybody, if you're young and I mean, I don't know if it's just a millennial thing. Like, we truly didn't think we were going to make it to 30.
No,
and
I don't know what that is. It's like even really hopeful people.
I know. I'm telling you, even people who weren't suicidal, they were just like, I didn't think I'd make it this far. And I don't know if it was just like a millennial or
it's
maybe
be a 9/11 thing.
Maybe.
9/11 in your childhood thing. I think it, like, I hate to say 9/11 for like every fucking thing, but
2008 recession, like,
sure,
yeah,
like, oh, shit's going south.
Yeah, and and like I said, maybe other generations like we had the same thing.
Sure.
Yeah, but and I tell like younger people, I'm like, you might think even if you don't think you're gonna make it to 30, just in case, make a backup plan.
Yeah,
because guess what, you might make it to 30 and one day you're gonna wake up like I did, and I'm like, oh my god,
and
what?
No, right?
What are we doing?
What are we doing? Oh shit, shit! Lights.
Yeah,
lights. Cut the cameras.
Yeah.
Dead ass.
So which I'm so overjoyed that we did. Don't get me wrong. It's just I wish somebody would have been like, hey, you know what? Just in case. Maybe
in case.
And
it's like, it's not like we didn't have parents or like, teachers or, like that were like, it gets better.
No, yeah, obviously.
It Gets Better campaign was fully there. So I'm not trying to say that there wasn't.
Yeah, I think that was made for us.
But as long as we were in like our cesspool of depression together, we felt, I don't know, some comfort in that.
And it's not like, this isn't a trauma bonded relationship.
No.
We took turns.
We did. We really did.
We didn't feed off of each other. We were polite. We
Look,
took turns.
if we were a trauma bond friendship, all of my fucking friendships are trauma bond friendships. That's why it amazes me that we're both here and we're both having a relatively good.
Yeah. I think that's what it is. And I listened back to my episode the last time, and things are still kind of the same. Like, I just can't. I was never somebody to get upset about stupid petty shit, but I can't be bothered with some.
No,
I cannot
actually.
be bothered with. I don't care. I'm just oh, what happened? Don't care.
Move it along, I gotta get home.
Yeah, and that too. And I talked about how it made me sad that, I might not see things or, experience things, but it's more like I got a great life. I'm overjoyed with, and I told my therapist, I'm overjoyed with the parts of my life that I like. And and it bothers some people. I meet a lot of people who, mostly men, who they're like, you don't want more. No,
you know what?
No,
actually, I don't.
I want to sit on my couch with my cat and my husband and play video games, and nothing would make me happier. And it really rubs some people the wrong way, and I don't know why.
I think that's something, and like we said, mostly men. This isn't Miss Sandra's podcast.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, absolutely. Except for my husband. He's the only one
except
that
for
doesn't
Tyler,
mind.
big. Except for Tyler. You know how many times I've said that, like talking about men, even when y'all aren't around
so
or
funny.
anything. It's like, actually, hold on. Except for Tyler, we love Tyler.
Yeah.
Shouts out Tyler. No, that does bother some people, and it bothers. I had a friend recently be like, "Are people really satisfied not working super hard and
Yes.
doing something that impacts a lot of people or whatever?" And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, do you know how much I love being a cog in the fucking machine?
Yeah.
Not like,
And it's not even that. It's like I love making me and the other cogs in the machine happy.
have a good time.
Yeah, have a good time.
Have a good
Yeah.
time. And what do I always say? Oh, we're here to hang out and then die.
Yeah. Yeah.
Once that clicked for me, that's when it started to be like, oh shit, there's like flowers and shit outside.
And it's just really bad either. Like, I don't know why people get so offended. Like, don't you want more? I'm like, what more could I want? Like,
I just don't know. It's kind of like when, I think Erica will remember this moment, but we were driving down Park Vista. From my
Yeah,
mom. Like, imagine going from my mom's house to your place, going down Park Vista, like passing that little Kroger, passing Central. It was like springtime, like had just, hit. It was this time probably.
This is what life's all
And
about.
she's driving and I'm looking and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
This is so green. Like, I think I started crying. And then we were like pulling into the Kroger and I'm like bawling. And Erica's like, what's going on? Like, we had barely started dating too. Like, we were like maybe a few months into dating. And I'm starting to cry and I was like, oh my God, like I love my life. Like, I love what I'm doing. Like, I'm having a great grand time. Like, I can't wait to do more of it. Like, this is such a polar. If you would have told college aged us, even probably up until like 2-3 years ago, us.
Honestly, yeah. And
but
I
it
mean,
was still a little push.
shouts out to Vyvanse because that does help a lot.
Shouts out to Vyvanse. Shouts out to
Daisy.
Concerta XR.
Yeah, XR. Yeah.
Shouts out to all of the remedy. So we're not saying this magically gets better at 30.
Not. No.
I do kind of make it seem like that though, just because that's kind of when it had clicked before then. But I was like,
I think to anyone who knows you knows that you're not making it seem like that.
Like, I don't know who I was talking to
Everybody
about.
who's listening to this is like, wow, I just gotta make it to 30.
Yeah,
It's like,
girl, no, you
don't
actually
go down
have
that road.
You actually have to do a lot of work too. Like, the fact that we're sitting here talking about therapists, like, there was different times in both of our friendships where I didn't want to see a therapist.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't want to see a therapist. I didn't want to go to the psych ward.
And then you had a therapist, I didn't. And then I did, you didn't. You know. And then I had to search really long and hard for somebody, and it is work. It is work. Maybe that's why it feels so much more satisfying, even though it's like the bare minimum. I don't, you know what I mean?
What do
like
you mean, the bare minimum?
Like, we just saw flowers and we're crying,
Yeah.
maybe because the road was just such a long one. I don't know. And like I said, catch me next Tuesday. I'm crying,
Shit
in the
goes
corner.
wrong.
Yeah.
We're going to have a bad day. I think that's why your whole diagnosis thing and it just being 5-6 years later after getting the confirmation, I feel like this is what I'd hoped for you. So
and honestly, I listened to the last one, and that is what I like truly hope for. It was just not even having a grip on things. Obviously, my mom's still sick and things aren't going well. And obviously, I'm still sick and there's no absolute cure. But just getting a grip on things and having a plan. Having a plan is definitely helped me a lot. Like I said, just in the sense of, if this happened, I can do this, that. It just takes the uncertainty out of a lot of things. It's just kind of embracing, like, this is it, not looking for more because you don't really need any more,
Yeah, I do remember on the last episode, the podcast we did, you had said that people were like, oh, well, you should sell all your shit and go to France, like travel the world. And I love that you didn't get into that. Like,
oh, no,
that's not what that's not something like that wasn't what you needed to.
No.
Would that be nice? Like,
no, I don't. Would love to travel, but no, not really. That was never the goal. And even from a young age, the goal wasn't there, like, what's your dream job? I don't dream of labor. I don't,
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I'm like, I just don't. And maybe that's just my personality. Like I said in the last one, power and prestige has just never been a motivating factor for me. And it definitely is not now. I do not care. I don't not care if nobody remembers me in the sense of having a statue or whatever. I literally just want to make everyone around me happy as much as I can. And if I can't control anyone's happiness, and it's just having a good time. It's just not doing any harm.
Speaking of awesome therapists, shouts out Miss Kim. I told her I was starting this back up because she's really
that's so cute.
She puts it in a really good way where she's like, I kind of explained that to her. I was like, what is that feeling? That's what I want to do. I don't dream of labor. My goal is just to be like content and happy.
Yeah.
And she said that's adding value.
Yes.
Like what you should do, what you should strive for is to add value where you can, and just don't detract from anybody or anything that you don't need. And I just, I'm like almost a little speechless because
and I feel the same way in the sense of, like, even if you started today, you're never going to watch all the TV and movies ever created because you will not have enough time in your life. And it is so nice to think that, because, like, I can't watch all that stuff. So, like I literally, even if I try,
no one can.
No one can.
Well, no one can.
And so it's so nice in the sense of, like, it makes you feel like, oh my God, I should be doing this. I should be trying this. I should be seeing this. Guess what? You can't. So you should just watch whatever you want to watch. So people are like, you should watch this movie. And you know what? I'm not going to. I appreciate that. But I was like, I'm just not going to watch it. I was like, thanks for the recommendation. And I might, but I'm probably just going to look up the plot on Wikipedia and then go, oh.
And if it seems like so overwhelmingly interesting, then I'll
I'm gonna watch Law and Order for the 50th time, and that's okay.
You know what?
And that's okay,
right.
And that's what makes me happy.
I'll catch a reel. I'll catch it in a 30-part reel.
I sure will.
With the
with that music in the background because it's copyright. Yeah, I 100% will. And it's great. And it's so freeing. It's the most freeing thing in the world to just be like, you know what? And people are like, well, you should try everything once. I'm like, no, I don't like pickles. I don't want to try that. No. I'm like, no.
I'm actually cool off that. I actually don't want to do that. And I never will.
And I'm like, no, thank you. Like, it's not like I'm not trying to be a dick. Like, I'm just like, no, I don't want to. And it's empowering. So nice. Yeah. It's so nice. And
do you think it would have taken you a little longer to feel like this without knowing?
I think I'm such a people pleaser, and I think that really, like, taking control of my life in the sense of, like I said, like, just really, I think it really forced me to, like I said, I'm not gonna let this thing eat my brain entirely. Maybe if I put enough walls around it,
play enough word games on your phone. Like, actually.
And I'm sure, like I said, will that really help me? Maybe not, but it just makes the whole thing seem like I have a grip on, like, control when it's something I can't control. And I know that seems kind of like, this girl's delusional, but
no, I think that makes complete and total sense, honestly, because of how lost, regardless of that diagnosis, like, regardless of, like, if your family did not have a history of that, if you had no idea what that was, we were still really sad.
Oh yeah.
Where would we be? And I hate to be like, oh, kicking the ass, kind of kick the ass into gear, and like, hey, I'm not gonna spend whatever time I have here miserably.
And sometimes I am miserable, and I think yeah, I think I definitely, and I've always seen it like that, but it's like my depression and anxiety is just that little shadow friend that has just followed me everywhere. And that's okay. It's just one of those things that I just had to keep, next to me. And we've just become friends because that's just how it is. And I don't know if it's just my ADHD or whatever, but it's just, like I said, once you put a name to it and you really face it and say, okay, this is it, it's so much easier to handle. It's so much easier to picture your life with it. When you just picture your life with something like that and go, okay, we're just going to have to work around this and move forward and
still put your shoes on.
Yeah, still
one
put
foot
your
at a
shoes
time.
on. Yeah, I mean, tomorrow, I may be sick, but tomorrow's still tomorrow, so we might as well just just enjoy it, or even not even enjoy it. We just might as well move forward. You really can't. You're gonna turn 30 no matter what.
You're gonna turn 30, and if you don't, it's gonna be something boring like a car crash or something. Like it's not.
That's the one thing I still stand with. That if I die from something else, I'm so mad. If you get hit by a car tomorrow, if I do that, I'm gonna be livid.
I was gonna ask when we had first made the episode, and I edited it really quick and got it out really quick, and you said some people had somehow found it in your life.
Yeah.
How did that? You don't have to say who or what.
My
it was
dad,
kind of like a big secret.
Yeah, my dad found it. I don't know how. I'm sure through social media or something. And at first I was upset, but it was kind of like, well, that told him like,
I don't have to have this big speech with everybody.
And I mean, he was really, really, I mean, my dad's really supportive, and so it was just weird, and but I was more upset about my dad hearing me talk about gas across her ass than anything else. And so, but yeah, no, it was weird. But I kind of it's just one of those things where it's like nothing really. It's not like nothing bothers me. Things bother me, of course, obviously, but it's just kind of like, okay, well, that happened. Like, there's no taking it back.
Yeah.
I was so proud of being on there and talking about things and everything. So.
Me too. I don't know what made me think you wouldn't want to, because it's like, okay, when your friend who has 200 followers on Instagram is like, I want to make a podcast.
Oh, obviously, I'm like,
why not?
100%.
Who's gonna listen to that? But
and I was thinking about it too, because I was like, these are like the old school podcasts because there's no video, like
No, 2021. I feel like that was still relatively. I know podcasts have been around since like 2013 or whatever, but that's relatively before everybody and their mom had a fucking audio interface.
Which is, when you post on YouTube, or like on Instagram, it's just a video. Like, it's not a podcast anymore. But yeah.
I get a lot of people that you don't know. Back when I was still making episodes, and they're like, wow, your first episode. I remember it took Dee Dee a couple years to listen to.
Yeah. Oh, a lot of my friends.
Listened to it and was like, oh my God. Like, that was so good.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh. Shit, we were just kind of chill, but we talked about, and I do go back and listen to it every so often, and I think that's the only episode that I really do go back and listen to, because I feel like it's just such a, nobody talks about stuff like that. I wonder how many people are out there with a similar, this is a very specific.
Yeah,
only mentioned on Grey's Anatomy once.
Right.
So
yeah, Lone Star 911, and and for a minute it had become like the new Alzheimer's.
Yeah,
I would literally be watching a show and they'd be like, "Oh, my cousin has this rare disease and it's called Huntington's," and I'd be like, "Are you fucking kidding me? I have to stop watching this show now." And so
CNN articles like, ultra mega Alzheimer's view in the news, and I click on it, it's Huntington's disease. I'm like, come on.
And I feel like somebody in the like a CBS world of dramas figured out what it was, and they're like, this is the new one that we gotta shove into everything. But yeah, it's probably rarer than you think. But again, it's nice. I feel like the new generation, they're much more open about, like, I follow a lot of like accessibility pages in the sense of there's cute canes for young girls who, have POTS and stuff like that. And it's so nice to see that being like accessible is becoming so much more mainstream and cute and fun, and it's not
taboo
it's not
to
like
talk about.
and it's not like depressing, ugly old people canes, and and wheelchairs are cute, and like it's I don't want to say romanticizing, but it's fun.
It's
Like, you
normalizing
should,
it,
yeah,
yeah.
you should have fun, with your life and make the best of it. And so, it is nice to see. I think that's definitely come out the last couple of years. Is like just more open and honest, especially about young people who have things that are, like POTS or even Parkinson's. Is a lot of people have it young. And
Yeah.
it is nice to see more people who are
The
open about it.
generation to say what you had.
Yeah.
It's, back 20, 30, even 20 years ago, I feel it's like, oh yeah, I've been in the psych ward. It's like, oh shit, I do. And you have a job.
And now I meet people who are like Gen Z and Gen Alpha. They're like, oh, well, they meet me and they tell me their pronouns and they tell me what meds they've been on. And I love it. I live for that because it's just, I love being open and honest about that. I'm like, oh, I tried that one. I didn't like it, because who cares? Like,
Yeah.
nothing should be
life's
taboo
too
anymore.
hard to talk about this stuff with people.
And it just makes it so much easier to get help and to support people. And it's just, you shouldn't have to like play it on hard mode. Like, who cares? Like, it's not that serious. And I mean, it is serious, but it shouldn't be like such a stigma.
I was gonna ask, you were working as a at a major grocery store, like a co-manager before, and then you quit, and now you're in the bakery.
Mm-hmm.
You said you did that, and you have been so much happier ever since.
Mm-hmm.
Are you still trying to do more hobbies like that?
Yeah, for sure. And I know I listened to that part too, and I was like, I still don't regret it. No
regrets.
No.
Good.
That job is so difficult, and I just never wanted. All those people are just, what do they call it? The rat race. I'm not.
Yeah.
Nope, thank you.
I'm
I've learned that I'm just not. This new lease on life has come with this brutal honesty. And corporations don't like that.
Yeah, no,
they're not fans.
Not at all.
So that I was never gonna make it anywhere with that. I just couldn't. I couldn't fake honesty and fake a smile, and I couldn't fake
giving a fuck.
I couldn't. Yeah. I couldn't then, and I definitely can't now.
Yeah.
And I couldn't fake. Just oh, this is a great idea. No, this is a dumb idea.
Sucks.
And that might be a woman thing too. I don't know. I think men are a little easier at like sucking up, but
it's the frat.
Yeah,
like, I can kiss. Not only can I kiss ass, I can lick all in it too.
He's my bro, and I'm like,
bro,
well, your bro's dumb, so And I never wanted that. I hate that like fake. I just want you to be honest. I don't care if you tell me you hate my fucking guts. At least you're being honest with me.
Yeah.
Like, that's all I want. I just want you to be upfront, honest. You don't have to like me. It's okay. I might be a little hurt because of my pride and, I want everyone to love me. But at least you're going to tell me up front and be honest with me. And I just can't do that whole like fake, suck up. So I never regretted that. No. And
I'm so glad.
And I'm like, no.
That brings me back to this whole job thing and like, do you want more?
No.
Because it's like, I'm in customer service. We're all in customer.
Yeah.
Listen,
even if you don't think you're in customer service, you're in customer service.
You're in customer service, and I'm just like, if it keeps the lights on, I'm chilling.
Yeah.
I only say that because Erica, we had a big talk yesterday. She's a general manager.
Yeah.
And she's working 50 hours a week.
Yeah.
Like mandatory, like salaried. So even if it goes over, she's not getting a dime. Yeah.
$4. Yeah.
Yeah. And she is completely fucking over it. Like, she is beyond.
And
like,
honestly, I don't think people realize if you don't work, it's so hard on you, like mentally and physically taxing. I could work out for 2 hours a day and it still wouldn't be as hard on my body as working retail and doing.
Managing
I don't know
retail,
what it is, and I like that. Like, I'm on my feet all the time. I think it makes me healthier. I don't know, probably not. But it just wears you down. It
was starting to affect. We had a big, discussion about it because she said, she'd go through the whole day and she has all these customers and she has all these like teenagers that work for her and they need her all the time. And by the time she gets home and I'm like, hi babe, what are we doing
Yeah.
tonight? She's like, get the fuck away from me.
Yeah,
It's
hard.
brutal. And I was
Yeah.
like, and you know what? I feel that energy from you.
Yeah, it's really difficult. And I, again, God bless Tyler, but I'm like, hey, some days I'm just like, hey, I'm going to go take a shower. I need 20 minutes of silence. I need to be in a dark room alone. And it is hard. It's so emotionally taxing to be on all the time. And, and that's why I'm such a big proponent of like, emotional labor. I'm like, I'm sorry, you don't pay me to do that. I'm not your stripper. Like people are like,
Shake 'em for me, babe.
And so I always give the old dude customers to my other coworker because I'm like, I'm like, nope, sorry, you're gonna have to subscribe to you, like give me the laugh of your jokes. You don't pay me to do that, And so I'm like, emotional labor hopefully will die with the millennials because I'm like, nope, sorry. Like,
We're taking that from Gen Z.
Oh, yeah. The dead stare, I love it. Yeah. Don't care. I'm
dead
like,
stare, the Gen Z dead stare.
Sign me up.
You're not paying me for a fucking smile, right?
No, you're really not. Like, you pay me to, get the
put frosting on your
stuff
fucking cake
on the table and sell it to you. You don't pay me to like converse with you. And I don't.
Great.
I hate the fact that, and I tell my therapist, I want to be outwardly bubbly, and I want to be able to do that, but. And I don't mean it in this bad sense. I don't want to shit on the people who are like chatty and loving.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to come across like that. But it's just like, I shouldn't have to give that to you because it comes at such an expense of your life.
Yeah.
And I really, truly struggled with my life, my work being the only thing that I felt, it was the only thing that it was worth something in my life. It was the only thing I could really say, hey, it tied so much to my self-worth, and I hated that. And it's still to this day, even after I left being a manager, I feel like it's the productivity, and I hope that dies with us too. Your worth is not tied to your productivity at all. And I hate that. And I hate the fact that you shouldn't have to produce anything to be worthy of who you are.
Food, water, shelter.
No, nothing. You're worth all of that, even if you just lay on the ground.
Yeah.
And that was really hard to break. And that took a lot of therapy in the sense of like, I really have to separate my identity from work and from what I produce. And it took a long time. And it took a long time to really back out. But it still would be hard to leave. I'd like to leave at some point, but it would be hard because I do like it.
I do like what you're doing.
Like the
I think
job.
that's great.
I do like the job, and I love my team, and I couldn't ask for a better team. And it's hard because we're so close. And I do like the job. It's just retail is hard. Ever since COVID, it's just been, it's been hard all the time, but it really took a hit. Like I said, that needs to be studied because...
Oh, I'm sure. Speaking of COVID, we had to pick up Olive Garden curbside. They don't have just regular pickup.
COVID? It's 2026.
No, I know. I was like, Erica's like, we have to take our car. And I was like, why? And he's like, it's curbside. I had to put my car type in the app. And I was like, what?
Curbside.
No, well, that's good. No, because I knew you wouldn't regret doing that, and I think that's its own topic of worth,
God. Yeah,
your self-worth and what you do for work.
Oh my gosh,
and that's why I love improv so much. You know how many times I'll have a class with somebody for a year straight, like 5 levels of improv, and then the last fucking day they're like, oh, by the way, what do you do for work?
Speaking of, this is a little segued into the episode. Enter here.
Yeah. Meet someone who gives a shit.
Meet someone who gives a shit. Well, listen to that one. She always brings that up. She's like, when you go to other countries, like that does not come up. Like what you do for work. Yeah, it's like
it's really rude. We need to bring that fucking back. Like, who gives a damn?
I like talking to people about what they do for work. Don't get me wrong, but who cares? Who cares about how much money? Who cares? Yeah. And that's the other thing too is I'm really big about wage transparency and things like that because I just want to remove the stigma from literally anything. Who cares? It just doesn't matter. We should be able to all celebrate. It comes with the idea that even if you're literally just making the fries at McDonald's, you deserve a living wage, and that's a job that's important. That's an important job in life.
It's contributing to society.
Oh yeah, and it shouldn't. It does. No, it's not CEO, but who cares? It's still you depend on that person way more than you think. All those little people
Yeah.
that you don't think about is.
You depend on the fry guy at McDonald's more than you do landlords.
Oh, absolutely. The people who run my 7-Eleven, I would die without. So, it's more that too, in the sense of just bringing into who cares? We should all just be happy to be here, and
So class conscious.
yeah.
We're bringing it back.
Yeah. And it's
We're
hard.
going back to woke.
Yeah.
We're bringing woke.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're bringing dark woke
it
back.
never left, but
No, I know, but like
dark woke, yeah.
We're bringing back dark woke.
Yeah, and it's just a sense of like the kindest people I've ever met. We're in retail, and they,
That's what I think. Like, I remember seeing something that was like, I don't go on dates with people that have never worked retail.
Only Dee Dee's allowed that never worked retail.
Only Dee Dee's allowed to have never worked. Dee Dee never worked like
No,
at 15
no.
at the fucking Goodwill or nothing.
Yeah,
Man,
the Goodwill.
I remember Goodwill. That's crazy. There's your episode. Wait,
She was too busy saving lives. She's too busy giving her shit.
she's busy giving a shit. That's crazy, actually. Whoa, that kind of like blew my mind.
It's because you're either an immigrant or you work retail.
Okay,
she
period,
gets a
period.
pass.
She gets a pass.
Uh-huh.
I forget.
Yeah.
English is her second language.
If your English is your second language, you do not
You're
have to
fine.
work retail.
You're fine.
Do not worry. You have a free pass.
We remember when we had that thing, first date quiz.
Oh
Do you remember that? And
Yeah.
anytime we thought of a new question, we'd text each other. I saw a TikTok today that was like me on a first date, and the audio was like, so like honestly, like they're laughing about something, and it's like, but honestly, like legit, do you think Erica Kirk had something to do with Charlie? Like yes or no?
The
Let's switch this
answer
up.
is yes.
Do you think Erica Kirk had anything to do with Charlie Kirk? It's like,
Absolutely.
yeah.
There is a right and wrong answer to that question.
Oh my god, we need to bring that back. Like, of
Oh,
course, we're both
absolutely.
married, so
Yeah,
it's like
no,
doesn't
yeah.
come up very often.
But you never know. Not that like I tell people, you gotta be asking these, but for like friendships too.
Yeah.
Like, I'd ask him,
Yes.
he's like, oh, I met this guy. I'm like, mm-hmm.
And
He's like, oh, he's a black wife. I'm like, okay,
Okay.
okay. Like, oh, great.
oh, cool,
Like,
cool, cool. Has you said life is happy and fun and everything you've ever wanted, watching TV, playing video games,
oh yeah.
and hanging out with your husband and your cat.
And video games have become a real like solace for me.
I was gonna say because I don't think I ever knew you to be like
No,
gamer girl.
and I've always kind of been,
Have-
but like it's the production thing. I could like do crafts, and I'm like, I could make money off of this. Video games, like nothing comes out of it but my enjoyment.
Yeah.
So it's so freeing to me. It's because I can't even guilt myself into be like, I should make money or I should make this for somebody else. Like, nope, I'm
Love
just
it.
playing it because I want to play it,
And I think that's
so-
what bothers me about video games.
Oh yeah,
I sit down and play it, and I'm like, this
You
is
just-
this is the least productive thing I've
yes,
ever done.
you have to lean into that.
Really?
Yeah, and
That's
it's
my problem with
amazing.
video because Erica, God bless her, she'll sit for 8 fucking hours,
Yeah,
and she's like, "Oh, I made a waterfall in Pokemon. What's
Uh-huh.
the new Pokemon game?
Topia.
Poketopia.
Yeah.
I just made a waterfall, and it took like 6
Uh-huh.
hours." And I'm like, "Are you gonna sell it on the Poke
Nope.
Stop?
You're enjoying.
Are you gonna sell it on the marketplace
You're
within the game?
You're even gonna forget about it in 2 days, and that's the best part.
Are you gonna turn it in for bells or whatever you do on
Nope.
Animal Crossing?
Nope.
No,
I'm just gonna
actually,
look at it.
actually no. And I think that was
I'm
the
just gonna
from
have
like,
the pure satisfaction of the fact that I built this.
and you know where that started for me? Minecraft.
See,
like-
I watch people play Minecraft.
See, when it came out, we were relatively young.
No, yeah,
And I think I downloaded it once and I was like, who's this for?
nobody.
Nobody. I'm either
Nothing.
too autistic or not autistic enough
Yeah,
for
you're in the middle.
Minecraft.
Mhm.
Oh my God. But no, I sit down and try and play video games now. And I'm like, somebody's watching me
It's the most
be
free-
unproductive.
It's the most freeing.
I gotta break past that.
No, yeah, you gotta break past
I
that.
gotta
it's so,
break-
it's hard because it's like
'Cause I feel so jealous of Erica because she looks like she's having the time of her fucking like,
she is.
oh my God. I'm
I
like,
have like days in games, like
And you-
whole days.
and you know what I'm doing instead? Fucking watching TikTok.
Yep.
Oh,
But that's okay.
I know, but it's like, I'm mad that.
yeah. Uh-huh.
Because even in my mind, in my little tiny mind, I'm like, oh, I'm learning something new. I could
No.
learn something new. No.
I mean,
I'm
yeah,
watching-
5-minute crafts.
Sure.
You're not learning.
I could learn something new on TikTok.
But that's the trap that you fall into in the sense of like, I need to learn something new. You feel guilty, and it's such a hard. and and it's like, that's not morality. It's not, like
I think that's
like
it.
production is not, it doesn't have a morality. I read this book. It's Keeping House While You're Drowning. It's about ADHD.
Yeah.
Shout out to her. That was the best book. It's like weight doesn't have morality to it. Like being clean doesn't, it's not moral. Like you're not good or bad if you,
Production is not morality.
It's just
God
like,
damn.
and so it's such a big, but it is a really hard thing to break. And even sometimes I feel that way. I'm like, I didn't do anything today. And it's just like, but that's okay. You don't have to do something today,
It's literally that. I don't know if it's primitive where it's like, I'm doing something that's not providing for my wife and family. Like, this isn't going to get me more cows or anything. Like, I don't know. Does that make sense? And then,
no, it makes sense. That makes
where I'm like,
sense.
oh, who gives a shit if you have like a cog in the machine job? Who gives a fuck if you, whatever. But then I sit down and try and play a video game.
It's really hard. It's really hard to break. And
sometimes
I'm like, I feel that way.
Like I could be gardening or something.
And I think that's why I've leaned in so much, is because like it really like forced me to be like, no, you're not going to get anything done but play this game about a raccoon and a coin pushing game.
And I think I have to transition from puzzle games because that's like the only games I can sit down and do because I'm so frustrated that I didn't figure it out.
Yeah, I get that.
And I refuse to look up YouTube walkthroughs. But a game that's meant to be enjoyed and there's pretty colors and stuff, I don't think I've ever, since The Sims 2 on GameCube, have I played a colorful game.
And Roller Coaster Tycoon. Yeah. And I get that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I love a puzzle game.
I love a game that pisses me off.
And honestly, that's good, because they say that the one bad thing about Gen Z is we had all these games where they were hard. Even they were hard.
No, you couldn't Google.
No, there was no walkthrough.
I hate to be a boomer about it.
Yeah,
there was no fucking YouTube back.
It was so good for you. Like, it was so
solving skills.
Yeah, and now they say they have these games, and they're like just rounds and rounds and rounds and rounds. You can die
spins, and it's easier.
Yeah, and so that I will. Sorry, Gen Z. We kind of.
I will go boomer,
but yeah, it's still, who cares? Like, like, I'm like, let them have TikTok. Like,
well, good.
Chill TikTok, that's fine. Like,
no, actually, speaking of hobbies,
I don't learn anything, but
you said you craft and you play video games. What else have you? Because I feel like once you're free from the deep shackles of depression is not something you ever graduate from.
And that's why, like, I've just like really adopted it as like this small friend that the invisible friend
that
like,
can play video games with you.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. The week before my period, it wants to kill me. Like, it just follows you around and it joins in. And
I feel like we weren't hobby girls back in the day.
No, not really. Probably because of my ADHD, because I just got bored of everything. So I've tried everything under the sun. Just hanging out, just relaxing. I'm really working on like curating my space, cleaning.
Nice.
Less is more kind of thing. That's hard.
There.
Yeah, that's
you
hard.
See our house. It's not necessarily dirty, but it is messy. It's crowded.
Don't get me wrong. I love the lived-in house.
Yeah,
but I always meet those people who are like, millennials don't have anything because their parents had houses full of stuff, and I'm like, oof, I missed that boat.
No, no, right? And it's like, did we though? Because my mom has a china cabinet full of bullshit. Like, I'm so glad.
I love that.
No,
like,
I know, but it was only the china cabinet.
Yeah.
Like, here in my house, like, look at this room. Like, there's shit shit that's not supposed to be on walls is all over the walls. And
we're wall people.
We're wall people.
Yeah.
It's because we don't have, like, kids to fuck everything up.
And honestly, nothing's changed on
Nothing's
that
changed
front.
there. I think nothing's changed for me there either. Like, me and Erica talk about it sometimes. We're like,
I still feel the same way. I've never resented my mom, but everybody's like, oh, you could adopt. Yeah, I could adopt. But to give a kid a full life would be so hard. Like, getting sick. And I don't want that for them, you know? And I kind of had to, it seems fun and whatever, but it's like, I had to mourn the life that I thought I was going to have and then move on and go, okay, well, that's just not going to happen. And even though I don't know if I really wanted kids anyway, but the option, and I could adopt or whatever, but it feels like there's so many people in the world that, you could make happy now, and I mean, I do wish that I could bring in a kid, that wouldn't be crazy and, but I just, it was a hard thing to give up, but I just don't want to do that. I don't want to do that to a kid, and I don't know. It was just not something that I don't think I've changed my mind on that, you know.
It was just something that, especially, you know, with the diagnosis and without, it's hard right now.
Things are hard.
A lot of people. I've seen this.
I don't know when you're listening to this, but we're in the middle of the second billion Iran war.
There was this Caleb Heron clip that was somebody was on his podcast. She's like, our president's waking up with shit in his diaper, tweeting about flattening Iran.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the kids thing. I think it's more and more accepted. And so you're not going to be like a crazy, like, oh, she's not having, like, nobody.
And I'm so happy for that, because even if I could have kids or whatever, some people just don't want them. And I think the worst thing you could do to a kid, it would be have one when you don't want one.
it. I'm watching Grey's Anatomy for the 80,000th time. And there was that What If episode, where
her
she
having
has
an abortion or miscarriage.
Yeah, no, she had an abortion.
Yeah,
she had a miscarriage,
and
ectopic pregnancy, and then an abortion,
and it was all good for her.
Which all good for her, thank Christ. But that What If episode where she has the 2 kids, and I'm like, oh my god, this is sad. Like just imagining like a fictional character that didn't want kids having kids,
it's
like
just
for a man. By the way, for a man,
and it's just like it just you
Owen
have to.
Hunt. First of all,
I was a Hunt fan.
You're an Owen Hunt
Not
fan?
anymore.
I don't know. I think it's Erica that's just like, fuck Owen Hunt. Like, I don't know.
I love that.
The internet at large, like when he announced he was retiring. Ew, hate Hunt, but I love Kevin McKidd.
So confused.
Yeah,
like,
you're like, where does the hate come from? Yeah, no, I don't know. It's by the third wife that he cheats
that's
on.
Probably
it's like, anyway.
That out. This whole podcast is just Grey's Anatomy rants.
No, Grey's Anatomy. Honestly, I gotta stop rewatching it. But it's like by the time I'm on episode 11, I'm like,
can't.
I need to restart.
I can't watch it anymore because I always get to the episode where they're on the pole and they have to separate the 2 people because the pole went through the both of them. She's like, if love was enough, and I cry. Like when I'm thinking about it, I'm like crying. Like
that's like season 2, episode 3.
I can't get through it. I'm just crying.
Oh,
she's like, tell him if love was enough, I'd be alive. I'm like bawling.
Gonna be the one to tell my Danny.
Oh my god!
Stop. That's so fucking nuts. It's that episode.
That episode, dude. Like I have tears in my eyes. Like I'm just thinking about it. I swear. That's probably where we're all messed up.
Oh, I know. The first 3 seasons, she's openly suicidal and like
openly.
Yeah, and is like ready to throw her body at any like.
Oh yeah, she literally just like drowns herself.
Yeah,
in the, like river.
It's like Derek Shepard. She knows how to swim. Like Richard, she knows how to swim. And I'm just like, oh, she can do it. Skinny white girl can be depressed. Skinny white girl can be suicidal. Bet I can't, and bet I won't. She doesn't have real problems. I do. Oh my god. Fucking.
Yeah.
Anywho, I'm so happy. I'm so glad we did this. And we're going to do it again in 5 years.
I hope so.
Yeah, we really will. Because I don't know what. Dee Dee was like, let's do it. And I'm like, okay, let's bring it back. I was listening to some unreleased episodes a few years ago.
Unreleased?
Yeah, I've got like 4 or 5. Release. I was just trying to edit them, and I'm like, I hate my voice. I hate everything I'm saying.
You gotta step away. That's another thing too. Is like you gotta step away.
I'm like,
when
I sound like
bad.
a doofus. And I'm like, no, I don't.
Yeah.
And I don't.
That's another part of self-love. You gotta step away when things get.
I was thinking too much about it. Like I was editing it like per word, and I'm like, okay, it's not that. There can be a throwaway sentence here, and everything's gonna be just dandy and fine. I love you so much, and I feel like I wish I had more to say on how far you've come and how far we've come as friends. How I feel like you going back in time, you're like, imagine the happiest whatever you could ever be, and I feel like we're doing it.
And I feel the same for you. And I always knew that would come for you. But it's so hard to tell somebody else that.
No, and the same for you, where it's like, no, I see this for you.
Yeah.
I see this for you so fucking hard.
It's so hard to tell somebody that. And I feel the same way, and that's why people like it gets better, but it's like it
gets
does.
better campaign.
Yeah. But don't get me wrong, the journey is
rough.
But it does get better. And it's one of those things that you just, like I said, once you put a name to it and you really sit with it and you just accept it, it's just one of those things that, this is it. You got to move forward no matter what. So
You're going to wipe your ass today and you're going to wipe your ass tomorrow.
You're going to be 30 tomorrow. It's going to happen. So you might as well just keep going and embrace it. So that's the goal.
Well, you inspire me every day, honestly. I think about you all the time. I know I should text you more and just say that, like, hey, thinking about you. We've just never been those that friend where it's like, I feel like I do have friends like that. It's like, hey, think about you. But no, I'm gonna start doing that more because that's where we're at.
Yeah.
This is our life. We're pretty much settled in.
Settled. I like that.
We're settled into this life, so we might as well like man spread and put our legs up and shit every so often. Have a fun.
Have a beer.
Have a beer. Have a laugh. Have a giggle. Get some secondhand weed smoke from our significant others.
Right.
It's so crazy how I don't smoke anymore. And I was like, I feel like Emma does that. I would try to get you to smoke. Yeah. You're like, no, it makes me want to die. And
it really does.
It makes me feel like somebody put a camera in my stomach.
Yeah.
Or like,
no, honestly.
or like a timer or bomb inside of me or something. Like, no, that's exactly how I feel now. Well, anyway, any last remarks, regards, anything you want to say before 5 years from now, where we talk again?
To repeat my 5 year ago self, be nice.
Be nice.
Doesn't matter.
It actually doesn't matter, and it never mattered.
It never mattered. It's all good. Have fun. It doesn't matter.
Have a blast. Hang out and die.
And die.
Yeah. Guaranteed.
You got to do it. I got to do it. Today, tomorrow, the next
day. And the next day. Pan him today. Pan him tomorrow. Pan him forever. Well, I love you so much. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being a part of this. And have a good day.